Hello everybody, my name is Dave. I want to talk to you a little bit today about aerial device maintenance. We're going to zero in on a couple of areas of the maintenance that oftentimes gets overlooked, and it is nonetheless a very important part of the process. Standing in front of a brand new versalift 240 material handler, and what I'm going to do in a moment here is unfold this, set it up, unfold it, and get right down to where I'm talking about. So getting back into the maintenance of your aerial device. There are several machines out there that have non-loop bearings, lifetime non-loop bearings, and don't require any maintenance, such as this versalift. There are other machines that have grease fittings at every pivot point. They typically get greased because they're out in the open. The ones that get missed most of the time, based on my experience, are the lube points for the rotation gear. The rotation gear is a very important part of your structure, and it is the gear that holds the base of your lift to the top of your lift, where it pivots. Without that gear, you come apart. If your gear falls apart, wears out, breaks, you're going to come apart. What we want to point out is the importance of that gear and how to lubricate it. If you take your lift and open it up like this one here, and it can 90% of aerial devices out there have this type of rotation gear now, sometimes referred to as a bull gear, rotation gear, pinion gear. There are a lot of names for it, but it's nothing but a giant bearing with teeth on the outside of it. If you pick up your lower boom and look down inside, you're going to see a grease fitting on the inside of that bearing. If it's not on the bearing itself, sometimes they mount them on the outside here for easy access. And like I said, a lot of times they do get overlooked. It's important they get grease. Follow the instructions in your manual. A typical grease is an EP1 or an EP2 type of grease, which has a tendency to be a little stickier, to flow a little bit better in extreme temperatures, extreme cold, and hold together better in extreme heat. It's not a bearing that turns fast, but it is under a lot of pressure. In greasing it, the typical process is to apply a shot of grease, rotate maybe 40 degrees, another shot of grease, another 40 degrees, another shot of grease, and make your way around so the grease is distributed evenly inside the bearing. You don't want to pump grease in there until it comes out somewhere, because it's just, one, a waste of grease, and two, it's going to make a hell of a mess. The other important part of your rotation system is your pinion gear. I'm going to take this cover off and show you what that looks like and what we recommend. Now if you zero in on this, Tony, everybody can see that this gear is quite small compared to the gear that's on the top of your pedestal. They do mesh together constantly, and it's hard steel on hard steel. If they're dry, if they're run dry, they're not going to last very long. They're going to start getting metal shavings, getting little chips, and once the chip starts, it just gets worse and worse and worse, and you're going to get into a very expensive repair. Best thing to do with this thing is, as you can see, this one is quite well lubricated. If it wasn't, we'd want to rotate around very slowly and spray some open gear lube, which has a tendency to be very sticky and hold up once again in heat and in cold weather. You want to keep lubrication between those two hard-faced metal gears to extend the life of your aerial device. Thanks for joining us. If you have any questions, concerns, you need some advice, you need some parts, you need some service, go to our website, qsequip.com, and we can help you with just about anything that's out in the market today.